Okay, in this video, we want to look at our navigation menu right up here at the top. We can actually edit and modify this. There's a couple things we need to keep in mind as we work it. Is that there is a certain amount of length here that we have to work with. Right now we're pretty much maxed out, so if you wanted to add some kind of a new link up here, we'd either need to drop one of these links into a subcategory, such as the way calendars works here, or our tour Connorsville here works, um, or we end up running out of space. The other thing to think about is the length of subcategories. If we get too many added under here, it'll actually come and drop down here onto our home page, and you can cause some clutter as concerned with the slider area. So, but that's the only two concerns you've really got to worry about as far as organizing this. But you can set this up in any order you want. So, if you don't like the layout of this, the structure, or the order of it, it's pretty simple to change. But we'll do all that from our back-end dashboard. And here we are back on the dashboard. The navigation menu over here on the left actually falls under appearances. So when I highlight that, it opens up these subcategories, and I want to click on menus. Okay, so this is our back end for working with our menu structure. If you look over here in this right area, it actually lists all those different menus that we have set up. Over here on the left under pages, as we create pages, it creates them into a couple different categories. We got most recent that it'll list here, but we can also click view all. And all you'd have to do is check one of these, click add to menu, and it will drop it down here at the bottom. As we add that, you may want to move that someplace else. We're just going to switch these, and it's just a drag and drop. So we got contact us. Say I want that above my grants, and I want the grants to be the actual last link on that nav menu. And that you just shuffle it around like that. Over here, you want to make sure you click on Save Menu, and then that updates it. If you wanted to move something to be as a submenu, we have Info. Let's say grants maybe should be underneath the Info area. I can just drag it to where I want, and it's to the right here, what we call nested, underneath that primary menu. But we're not actually going to save anything here. We're just kind of shuffling things around just so we can see how that works. The last thing you need to note is I like to create these top level menu items so that it's not a page. So if I click on custom, you'll notice here that there's no link. So when you click on that on the nav menu, it doesn't actually do anything. Just when you highlight it, it drops down. Whereas if I click on the grants link, it will actually take me to the grants page. So we don't really want to do that if we're creating these sub-level menus here. A real easy way to do that is we go over here on links, and you got to create a new menu title for it. We'll just call it new. But it won't let you actually add it until you put a web page in there. So what I usually do is just type in anything you want, 123.com. I click add to menu. And now we see it added down here. The last thing we need to do is to go to custom, and we actually delete that menu back out. And then that will make sure that we just have something that says new, and when you click it, it doesn't actually open a page. And that'll let us actually nest these other items underneath there. One thing to note, we added these site calendars. We did the same thing. We used links. We typed in the address of where they needed to go, and we gave them their names, added to menu, and then we drug them up here to where we want them to be. But again, another option here is open link in a new window. Since these are pages that are actually not a part of your website but belong someplace else, I always like to check that. So when a user clicks on that, it'll open a new window for them, and your web page is still open in the background. But that's all there really is to adding menus and editing and moving those items around.